All right, we need to talk because there is a massive shift happening on the internet right now that could literally make or break any business that has a website. Seriously, we're talking about the end of search as we've known it for decades. And to really get our heads around it, we're going to look at the super high-stakes world of law firms.
So take a look at this number, $330 million. That's not a typo. That's how much one single law firm in the US spends every year on advertising. I mean, they're everywhere. Billboards, TV ads, the works. They've spent an absolute fortune making sure you see them. And yet, after all that money, all that effort, when it comes to the new way people are finding things online, they're basically ghosts. So you've probably seen ads for Morgan & Morgan, right? Well, if you ask ChatGPT for a personal injury attorney in Philadelphia, a city where they are a huge deal, they don't even make the list. Nothing. How is that even possible?
That brings us to our first section, the invisible millions. We're going to break down how one of the most visible law firms in the country just, poof, disappeared from the new internet.
And the reason they vanished, well, it gets to the heart of the matter. The old way of thinking about search is officially dead. It's obsolete. See, in the old world, it was all about getting that click. And for a law firm, getting that one single click was insanely expensive. We're talking up to $400 for one click on one link. Now, sure, if the case is worth $1 million, maybe it's worth it. But it just shows you how the whole game was about getting on that list of blue links.
And this slide, this is the whole game right here. On the left, you've got the old world, SEO, search engine optimization. The goal was simple, get people to click your link. But now, look at the right. This is the new world, GEO, Generative Engine Optimization. And the goal is totally different. It's not about getting a click, it's about being the answer. So, okay, if you want to be the answer, you have to play by a whole new set of rules. You got to understand what the AI actually wants from your website. And here they are, the 4 commandments of AI. It's basically asking, are you an authority? Is your story consistent? Is what you're saying actually correct? And is any of this stuff new? Is it fresh? Let's see what happens when a website totally fails this test. Check this out. This is a direct quote pulled from a real lawyer's website. In 3 different places, this one person claims to have 40 years, 35 years, and 28 years of experience. Now, a human might see that and just think, wow, this site is a mess. But an AI sees something much, much worse. When that AI crawler scans the site and sees those 3 different numbers, it doesn't just get confused, it makes a judgment call. It decides your site is unreliable, it lacks authority, it's inconsistent, and you know what happens then? Boom, you're out. The AI just discards your information. You will not be the answer. And it's not just big, obvious mistakes. AI is looking for tiny signals of neglect. You know the copyright date at the very bottom of a web page? If yours still says 2021, the AI sees that. It thinks, nobody's touched this site in years. It lacks freshness. And if it's not fresh, it's not trustworthy. All right, so we've laid out the problem pretty clearly. Now let's get to the good part, the solution. Let's talk about the new playbook for this AI era. And here's the name of the game, Generative Engine Optimization, GEO. It's really exactly what it sounds like. It's the art and science of setting up your website so that when AIs like ChatGPT or Gemini are looking for answers, they look at your site and say, yep, that's the one. That's the most credible, authoritative source. Now, this is super important. GEO doesn't mean you just throw out everything you know about SEO. Not at all. In fact, you can't have good GEO without a solid SEO foundation. A well-organized, fast, mobile-friendly website, that's still the ticket to the dance. GEO is what you build on top of that. Okay, time to get practical. How do you actually win this new conversation? Here is your playbook for becoming visible to AI. It really boils down to these 3 simple, powerful steps. 1, be authoritative, not salesy. 2, be structured, use things like FAQs. And 3, be hyper-specific. Let's break those down. Okay, first up, being authoritative. AI is programmed to just ignore marketing fluff. If your website says, I'm the best lawyer in the world, the AI basically rolls its eyes. It means nothing. But if you provide honest comparisons with your competitors, or you give really specific, factual examples of your results, now that's authority. You have to educate, not just brag.
Next, structure. You have to make it easy for the AI, and the easiest possible format for an AI to understand is a simple question and answer. So for every article or blog post on your site, try creating a little Q&A summary. You're basically spoon-feeding the AI the exact information it's looking for in a format it loves.
And finally, you have to be specific. So specific. Think about it. A real person isn't just searching for car accidents. They're asking, what do I do if I was in a two-car accident where the other driver ran a red light? The AI wants to give a precise answer to that precise question. So instead of one big article, you need lots of smaller, laser-focused ones. And look, we've been using lawyers as our example because the money is just so huge, but this is for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're a therapist, a plumber, a consultant, a software company. If your business relies on people finding you on the internet, you have to get this shift from SEO to GEO. You know that old saying, an educated consumer is my best customer? Well, it has never, ever been more true than it is right now. That is the entire philosophy of GEO. The way you win is by treating your audience like they're smart, by educating them, by giving them transparent, valuable, trustworthy information. That's what people want, and so that's what the AI is rewarding. So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Go look at your own website. Really look at it. Is it built to play the old game, just trying to be another blue link on a long, long list? Or is it built to be the answer? Because in this new age of AI, being the definitive answer is the only thing that's going to matter.